Today I'm going to show you how to replace the glass and how to remove these SDL bars. Okay, first we're going to start by taking a chisel to this bar right here to remove it so we could remove this glazing stop here. And we're going to save this stop. The glass usually comes with, when you order glass from Marvin, it usually comes with replacement. But I try not to damage it just in case if the new ones are wrong. Now that I got that removed, it's time to take the glass stops off. So we do that by using a rounded putty knife in between the glass and the wood, just like that. Go all the way around the whole window. Now if you use a square one, the square edge is when you go like this, the square end will dig into the wood, so it's going to be extremely hard for you to go through. So if you use something rounded, it makes it a lot easier. So the best way I found to get these off, my two favorite tools, is going ahead, putting this between the glass and the wood since we've already cut the glazing. Go like this. I'm pulling it towards me and I'm kind of going out this way, and that'll help give me a slight groove right there where I can put my putty knife in. So now you can see there's a slight, move closer. Now you can see there's a slight gap there, and now I can get my sharpened putty knife in there. And I tend to go this way, so if I do put any dents in the wood, it's on the stop, and we could always easily replace that, but not the frame. So now that I got that in there, I can put this in there. I'm putting this behind it to help, obviously, protect the wood. And if you follow me down, just work your way down, and it'll come right off. Just pull and hold on to it, and you can kind of put a bow to it. Like that, comes right off. All right, I got all the stops removed. And if you're lucky, when you removed the stops, that all the nails came with it. We had one that did not down here. So be sure to protect the wood. And then you can take your nail pullers and just pull out any remaining nails around the whole piece of glass. Now it's time to remove the exterior SDL bar. I found the easiest way is using some piano wire or guitar string. We're gonna put it through here and then we'll cut it off. People have tried different kinds of tools and solvents and everything. I found through all my years the best thing to use is just this. And I'll show you how to do it right now. All right, so I will take a putty knife to get it started. This is a 3M VHB tape. It's very difficult to cut. And that usually will get you enough room to get that in there. Going like this, back and forth, and then once you get it going, if you have a partner, you can take a flat bar and help keep constant pressure while someone's pulling on it as you're cutting. So just like this, go ahead and put a little more pressure on that. Keep going, and should get to the end and pop right off, just like that. Now that we got the bars removed from the glass, now we could remove the glass. Now we'll take our same rounded putty knife here, and we're going to put it between the glass and the frame of the window. And we'll do several passes, get it started first. So let's get it in there. and just keep working it. You can keep going deeper and deeper. Also, do not leave, as you're doing this, do not leave your knife in the glass like this and walk away. Your glass could shatter because that is a pinch point, especially this is tempered glass. So be very mindful of that. Okay, as you can see, this glass is ready to come out now. It probably took me about a half hour to cut all that sealant around it. Okay, we got the glass finally separated from the frame. Make sure you got someone inside so it doesn't fall on you, and then we'll carry it inside. You got the glass out. Be sure to set it on some kind of wood block. If you don't, this is tempered glass. If you just barely nick this corner of this glass will shatter into millions of pieces. If it's not tempered, it'll crack and create some very large pieces of glass that could cut you up really bad. Now that we got the glass out, we have to remove the old silicone. You can use a sharp chisel, or my favorite is this flat bar that's been sharpened. And it does not have to be perfect, but you just go down and clean that off. This is good enough. It doesn't have to be perfectly clean. You just want to get the bulk of this stuff off, because we're going to put new sealant there and it'll be just fine. Typically when you order glass through Marvin, it'll come with the new wood stops that you'll have to cut the fit with the tape for the inside applied. If it doesn't have that, then sometimes they'll give you a roll and then you could apply it to the new stop. And obviously, before you start a project like this, you want to confirm that the new glass is the same size as the old glass. The thing to note about glass that comes through Marvin is that the serial number is always in the upper right-hand corner from the interior looking outwards. Another way to know if you have the glass in properly is typically Marvin will put the stickers always to the inside. Now if they do not have the stickers, another way to check is if the glass has low E, which is very difficult to see here, with this teeny line right there, it's probably a 1/16 of an inch wide. That's the low E. You have to grind that off to seal the glass. So if you see that on the outside is where you want to see it, where it needs to go. And you'll know because when you look on the inside, you do not see that little line. So the low E always goes to the exterior. My partner is finishing cleaning that window. I'm going to go ahead and cut the new stops to match the old ones. Be very mindful on how these go. See how they have little ridges on them? Not all our windows have this, but just keep an idea to make sure that they're both the same, because you could accidentally put the stops on the wrong way, and as you can see, there's slightly difference in thickness, so just be mindful of that. I'm going to put some sealant along here all the way around. At the time of this video of 2018, Marvin uses this silicone in beige. They also use Dow 791, and in the past we used Dow 1199. Sure to use plenty of sealant. It's okay if it squeezes out. Okay, when we took the glass out, these are the spacer blocks that Marvin provides. We're going to reuse them. So since we went ahead and put our sealant around here, we're going to set our glass on these stops or these blocks, and then we'll put these around the glass. Be sure to save one of these for later, and I'll show you why. Ready to set the glass in. So we went ahead and set it on the glass on those blocks, and we're going to go ahead and push it in. And then we're going to push on the glass until we get all this squeeze out. Now we're going to take these blocks that we have like this, and my partner's going to lift up on the glass, and we can push those in there. Go ahead and set that side down. Go ahead and lift that side like that. And then we're going to take these other blocks and put them on the side. And then we can see the glass is not fitting, so my partner's going to slide the glass over. There we go. Perfect. Now we're going to put our stops in. We've already test fit to make sure they're a tight fit. So we're going to go ahead and peel this tape off, which isn't always easy. Beginner's luck there. And then we're going to set it. You want to make sure you're all the way down, because once this tape hits the glass, you're not getting it back off without having to redo everything all over again. And then we'll do this other top and the sides. Okay, we got our top stop in. And I also want to make sure that my serial number that says Marvin is in the upper right hand corner as well. Before we nail these stops on, we want to make sure that all our miters are nice and flush. And then when you do, be mindful not to shoot your nail like this and go through the glass. Make sure that it's to that edge, and then you're going to space it about every 7 to 8 inches. Okay, now that we got our stops on and they're all nailed in, it's time to move to the outside. We're going to take this little block I told you to save one for. We're going to take some alcohol and a paper towel while this is still wet. We'll spray some alcohol on it, and then we're going to wipe this off. That way we don't have to come back and cut it off. Just like that. Okay, while my partner's over there cleaning the silicone off, I'm going to get the SDL bars, which stand for Simulated Divided Light Bars, ready. They come with interior bars, exterior bars, and they come with story sticks, so you know how to properly space from the bottom to the bottom of the next bar, and I'll show you how to do that when we're ready. So when you order the glass and SDLs from Marvin, they give you some saline solution, so it's always best to use it. You want to clean where we're going to put our bars. And make sure we clean it. And then we're going to use our story stick that comes from Marvin. And then we'll peel this back of this off and we'll set it on there. And then we can use this stick to make sure that it's perfectly spaced. Remove the tape. So we're going to start this in first. And we're just going to tap it on the, once this touches the glass, you're not going to get it back off. So it's best to do it right the first time. And then you can either push it with your hand all the way across, or you can get one of those J rollers and roll it across. And once this touches the glass, you're not getting it off. Preparing to do the interior bars, but just to let you know, on the bars on the outside, you only need about 50% of adhesion for these bars to stick, and you would see air pockets or something like that. It looks like we got a really good contact in this one, so we're all good. Okay, we're doing our interior, so we're using our story stick from the bottom, holding it all the way up, and you can see it lines up there. And then we'll put that bar on there. We've already peeled the tape off the back side of it, and we'll get it to stick. Okay, we got our bar in there. Now we're using the next story stick to line up, so it lines up with our next bar. Okay, there you have it. We're all complete. It looks beautiful. Okay, everything looks great. Everything lines up beautifully. just like it came from the factory.